Indie Mogul.
After the complete and utter failure of Jonas Brothers, the 3D concert experience at the box office, Disney has its very own resurrection thanks to Hannah Montana. Happy Easter, everybody, and yes, I'm still sick. But let's do some movie math anyway. It was indeed a good Friday for Disney as fans flocked to Hannah Montana with such force that it powered the movie to a #1 opening overall. However, while Hannah Montana made $34 million over the weekend, the biggest opening ever for a G-rated movie, unlike its star, the movie was majorly front-loaded. On Friday, it last hit $17.2 million, but then fell 40% on Saturday and another 38% on Sunday. In fact, it placed second at the box office on Saturday and Sunday to Fast and Furious, and will most likely drop even further next weekend when Zac Efron's 17 again sucks up the tween audience. But don't cry for Miley Cyrus. The success of this movie, plus her 3D concert last year, makes her a proven draw at the box office. Sorry, Miley haters, but she's not going anywhere. And tailgating Hannah Montana is Fast and Furious, coming in at #2 with $28.7 million. While it fell 60% from last weekend, the total gross so far is up to $118 million, and internationally, over $200 million. That's impressive enough for Universal to have already announced that the 5th installment is officially all lined up, with Vin Diesel and Paul Walker returning. And forget Europe, as previously rumored, these hot rods are going to Brazil. Yes, Hollywood has finally taken notice of Latino audiences, complete with a Latin 101 cover story in Variety discussing the box office power of the demographic. That means in about a year, in typical Hollywood fashion, we can expect a gluttony of movies aimed at Latino audiences, most of them probably offensive and crappy. From Tiny Miley to Enormous Ginormica, it was ladies' night at the box office as Monsters vs. Aliens came in at #3. Dropping just 30% from last weekend, the 3D tune is up to $141 million and might just warrant a sequel after all. Holy crap, where the heck are Observe and Report and Dragonball Evolution? I'll tell you where, #4 and #8. Observe and Report apprehended $11 million, mirroring Rogen's last live-action debut, Zack and Miri Make a Porno. And since Zack and Miri only made it to $30 million at the box office, expect the same performance for Observe and Report. By the way, Paul Blart Mall Cop opened at #1 with $30 million and is now up to $143 million. The similarly raunchy comedies are two black eyes on Rogen's otherwise stellar box office record. He's going to have to choose between satisfying his hardcore fan base or the mainstream. In this weekend's BTT, I asked if Rogen was a movie star or a trend. Well, this is the fork in the road which decides that. I also asked you to rate the movie on a 1 to 10, and you gave it a 6.5, noticeably lower than the 8.5 audiences gave it on Friday's Beyond the Trailer. Maybe that lady with the -50 was on to something. And the winner of this week's one-sentence review challenge is Bram B600, who says, Observe and Report is a series of tiny, gut-bustingly hilarious moments that eventually build up to reach an apex of insanity. Runner-up SpoofNet Productions adds, this movie tries too hard to be different and ends up being so different that it leaves audiences not getting it at all. Oh yeah, what about Dragon Ball Evolution? Like I said, opened at #8 and made $4.6 million. Epic fail. I saw a movie this weekend and I'll tell you all about it after the break.
What happens when you put together one band and one filmmaker to create an original music video for $99? Watch world premiere videos every week at $99musicvideos.com. Best experienced with Verizon Fios Internet.
My name's Dan, and I see movies everywhere. You're watching Indie Mogul.
Two types of Americans went to see Hannah Montana this weekend. Fans of Hannah Montana and friends of fans of Hannah Montana. I fell into the second category, and I'm glad I did. Hannah Montana was a surprisingly fun movie, harkening back to charming classic Disney comedies like The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday. Miley Cyrus is very likable, and I can easily see her becoming the new Drew Barrymore, aka the Queen of Romantic Comedies. Director Peter Chelson paints a picture of modern middle America that Norman Rockwell would be proud of. Miley's hometown of Crowley Corners is beautiful, friendly, and well integrated. I also enjoyed the music quite a bit. My only real problem with the movie is the end of the movie, and this is a major spoiler, so beware. At a benefit concert to save her hometown from developers, Hannah Montana reveals that she's actually regular girl Miley Stewart. She then tells everyone that this probably means the end of her singing career. Not so, shouts a cute little girl. Put the wig back on and the whole town will keep your secret. I thought it was hilarious that instead of simply letting the brunette Miley Stewart become the rock star, Everyone wanted her to go back to the blonde wicked lie. Not exactly the greatest message about talent versus looks. But overall, a fun movie that I highly recommend, at least on DVD. As always, thanks for watching Movie Math, and I'll see you on Friday as Beyond the Trailer covers State of Play, 17 Again, and Crank 2, High Voltage. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some Movie Math.
Subscribe, comment, rate it.